If there's one thing I've learned watching men crash and burn in love, it's this. The guy who tries hardest always loses. The more attention he gives, the more she pulls away. The more vulnerable he gets, the more invisible he becomes. And the guy who does absolutely nothing, the one who leans back, looks bored, and doesn't chase, she can't stop thinking about him. That guy lives rent-free in her head. Because modern women aren't drawn to effort, they're drawn to gravity. The kind of energy that says, I'm good with or without you. And nothing is heavier than the man who doesn't need her at all. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to make her obsess. By giving her nothing. Not fake indifference, not passive-aggressive silence, but real, powerful self-possession. The kind that makes her question everything. See, she's not showing affection when she pays attention. She's scanning, testing, sizing you up, watching how quickly you fold, how fast you offer validation. The second you lean in too far, you fall. The moment you treat her like a queen, you become her servant. But when you do nothing, not out of bitterness, but out of peace, she can't figure you out. You're not giving her the same predictable emotional script she's used to. And that unknown, it drives her crazy in the best way. Women are wired for tension. They chase value, not effort. You give too much, you kill the curiosity. You explain too much, you remove the mystery, and she knows she owns your emotions. At a party once, I watched a guy who didn't even try. He wasn't flashy. He didn't make jokes. He just stood there, still sipping his drink, scanning the room like nothing impressed him. I saw at least 3 women keep glancing at him. Eventually, one walked up and asked him questions. He barely spoke, just nodded, smiled slightly, and went quiet again. 10 minutes later, she was practically orbiting him. Why? Because he gave her nothing. And that nothing was louder than any pickup line. Most guys don't get this. They try to fake detachment. They delay replies, try not to double text, then panic at 1 a.m. and blow it all with a long, emotional message. That's not power. That's thirst dressed up in pretend confidence. She feels it. She knows. True detachment is calm. It doesn't flinch. It doesn't chase. It doesn't explain itself. It doesn't need closure, apologies, or attention. It just moves forward quietly, like it knows what it's worth, and that worth doesn't rise or fall based on her reaction. She's used to being chased, but when she meets a man who won't move off center for her, who doesn't flinch or beg or question his value, that's when she starts chasing. That's when the game flips. And suddenly, she's the one off balance. You're not here to impress her. You're here to impress yourself. You're not trying to get her back or win her over. You're building something better, a life so rich and grounded that she either joins it or watches it from a distance. And when you do that, she starts asking herself, what's wrong with me? Did I lose my touch? You don't even have to say a word. Just the shift in your energy speaks volumes. You've stopped trying, and that silence, it's deafening. You don't have to be rude. You don't need to play cruel games or act heartless. Just stop offering energy she hasn't earned. Let the silence stretch. Let her wonder. Let her reach into the void looking for your attention and find nothing. Every unanswered moment builds tension. Every time you don't flinch, don't respond, don't jump, she rewrites the story in her mind. She starts imagining, overanalyzing, obsessing, all because you didn't hand your energy to her like every other guy did. Then one day, you give her a glance, a short reply, a little smile, and it hits like lightning. Because it wasn't expected. It wasn't handed out. It was earned. And earned attention hits 1,000 times harder than the free kind. But here's where most men blow it. The moment she returns, the moment she shows a little interest, they flood her with attention again. They break the tension, kill the mystery, and just like that, she's gone. Again. Obsession isn't born from comfort. It's born from confusion, from questions, from gaps she can't fill. Don't rush to explain. Don't close every loop. Let her imagination do the work. You're not her therapist. You're the storm she wants to understand but can't control. Stay warm, but unavailable, present, but detached. You don't play hard to get. You are hard to get. That's not an act. That's who you become when you know your value and stop outsourcing your worth to women's reactions. Build your world so strong, so powerful, that her presence is optional, not essential. When she senses that, she doesn't feel safe. She feels hungry. Hungry to earn a place in your world again. This isn't about being cold. It's not about manipulating anyone. It's about remembering who the hell you are and guarding your energy like it's sacred. You stop chasing. You stop begging. And suddenly, the entire dynamic shifts. See you in the next one.